Right now, the phone in your pocket knows where you are. It knows what you looked at last night. It has a pretty good guess at what you're going to buy next week, and it might even know you're sad before you've told a single person. We like to think of our phone as a tool we control, but for most of the day, it's quietly doing the opposite, watching you, measuring you, and selling what it learns. So let's actually count it. Every major way your phone is spying on you, one by one, from the obvious to the genuinely creepy. By the end, number seven is going to change how you look at that little glowing rectangle forever. Let's start with the one you already half know about. Number one, your location. Your phone doesn't just know your city, it knows the exact bench you sit on for lunch. It pieces this together from GPS satellites, from every Wi Fi network it sees, even from which cell tower it's whispering to. And here's the part people miss, it's not just the Maps app. A real example. Years ago, there was a wildly popular free flashlight app, the brightest flashlight app, with tens of millions of downloads. All it was supposed to do was turn on your light, but US regulators found it was quietly sending users' location to third parties. A flashlight. That's the pattern. Your location gets bundled up and sold to data brokers, companies whose entire business is knowing where millions of people go every day. You never met them. They have a map of your life, and that's just number one. Number two, the microphone. Now, the myth is that your phone is recording every word you say. The truth is more interesting and honestly more unsettling. It usually doesn't need to listen because everything else it knows about you is already enough to guess what you'd say. But the microphone is there. It is permission to dozens of apps, and off is a setting you're trusting them to respect, which brings us to the eye right next to it. Number three, the camera. Every photo you take is quietly stamped with invisible information: the exact location it was shot, the precise second, the device that took it. It's called metadata, and most people share it without ever knowing it's attached. Here's a famous real case. Back in 2012, a tech founder named John McAfee was on the run from authorities and hiding out. A magazine posted a single photo of him, and that photo's hidden metadata still had the GPS coordinates baked in. It pinned him to a spot in Guatemala. One picture gave away the exact location a man was trying very hard to hide. Post a photo from home, and you may have just handed a stranger your front door. But cameras and mics are the loud spies. The quiet ones are far better at their job. Let's go there. Number four, your apps talking behind your back. Open almost any free app, and in the background, it phones home, sending off your device model, your location, your habits to a list of companies you've never heard of. The app is free because you were never the customer, you were the product. And the receipt for that sale is something called your advertising ID, which is number five. Your phone gives every app a unique code that follows you around, stitching together what you do in one app with what you do in another, building a single profile that says, this is you, same person, everywhere. Now, before number six, let's pause on the big picture for a second, because this is where it stops being a list of features and starts being something else. Every single one of these, your location, your apps, your ad ID, flows into the same place: data brokers, companies that buy these scattered crumbs from thousands of apps and assemble them into a dossier. Your age, your income, your health worries, where you sleep, who you live with. You have a file. You've never seen it. And it is bought and sold every day. That's the engine humming under all of this. Number six, fingerprinting. This is the sneaky one. Say You turn everything off. No location, no ad ID, nothing. You think you're invisible? You're not, because your phone has a fingerprint made of tiny, boring details, your exact screen size, the fonts you have installed, your time zone, your language, the precise model of your device and browser. Stack enough of those harmless little facts together, and the combination is almost perfectly unique to you. If you don't believe me, privacy researchers at the Electronic Frontier Foundation built a free tool. You can run your own browser through it and watch it tell you how rare your exact setup is. For most people, the answer is one in hundreds of thousands. They don't need your name. The fingerprint is your name. And here's the cruel part, there's often no simple setting to turn it off, because each detail on its own is completely innocent. Which finally brings us to number 7, the one that ties the whole room together. Number 7, prediction. Everything we've talked about. Where you go, what you tap, how long you pause on a video, what you buy. None of it is really about the past. It's fuel for guessing your future. And this isn't science fiction. Researchers at Cambridge ran a now famous study where they took nothing but people's Facebook likes, just the things they'd clicked a thumbs up on, and from that alone, a computer could predict their personality, their political lean, even private traits, often more accurately than the person's own friends could, just from likes. Now, multiply that by everything your phone sees. With enough of these signals, the systems behind it can predict things you haven't decided yet, what you'll want, when you're likely to be bored or lonely or about to spend money. Your phone doesn't only know what you did, it's running a quiet little simulation of what you're about to do. That's the whole game. The data was never the point. You are. So here's the thing to actually take away, because the goal isn't to throw your phone in a lake. Almost none of this is one dramatic act of spying. It's 1,000 tiny, boring, harmless permissions, each one reasonable on its own, that quietly add up to a stranger knowing you better than your friends do. The location ping, the free app, the innocent screen size, none of them scary alone, all of them together. That's the most detailed portrait of a human being ever assembled, and it's of you. Your phone isn't evil. It's just paying very, very close attention. So, the next time it shows you exactly the thing you were thinking about, remember, that was never a coincidence. That was the whole machine, doing exactly what it was built to do.